Hello, my name is Amanda Shuford Mayeaux. I'm an associate professor at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, along with my peers, Dr. Amy Barber and Dr. Marietta Adams. This paper is an overview paper of several studies that we have been working through over the last couple of years, focused on building a profession of expertise for teachers and school leaders. Why is this important? Well, in the United States, particularly in our area, Louisiana, we're having a really difficult time retaining and recruiting teachers. When we have teachers join our profession, almost 40% of them are going to leave before the first 5 years. Additionally, just simply recruiting them has been extremely difficult. We're seeing in our own college of education at our university, the numbers drop over 50% in the last 5 years. So we have several efforts happening to increase the number of people coming into education, and then once they're there, retaining them and developing a high caliber professional. So we define expertise of teachers who are those who crave that authentic professional learning. They grow from strong professional relationships. When they're novice teachers, they really are strengthened by strong mentoring both within and outside of the school. We know that leadership is very critical to the development. One of my studies, along with two studies with my doctoral students, has found that a principal, a school leader, can have a tremendous impact on the development of an expert teacher. Simply by just supporting them, offering them professional learning opportunities, suggesting they return to grad school or take on a leadership role. The other thing is there are very specific practices that can lead to the development of expertise, which we're going to talk about. A side study is one I'm doing with Dr. Jeff Walls from Washington State on how teachers develop decisional capital, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So these current projects all focus around the development of expertise. And we know that when we develop expertise, our teachers are stronger in the classroom, but they're also more likely to be retained in our profession. So, why do we want to reimagine our profession? Well, we need teachers. And teachers who are experts have a 2 to 2.5 year impact higher than those who are not experts on student achievement. So we know that teachers who pursue expertise are seeking those deep, impacting professional learning experiences. And this helps them to develop what Fullen and Hargreaves call professional capital. Teachers who pursue expertise also desire these collaborative relationships, but they want their professional learning to be very focused on student centered issues because expert teachers are focused on the context of their classroom, what their current students need, because they're driven by the relationship they have with their students. They also are looking to have shared responsibility in their school and this greater sense of collective efficacy that focuses around those pieces of strong school culture, such as shared leadership and vision. Teachers who pursue expertise really look for collaborative culture where innovation and agency and expertise are valued. They also want to have time and support structures for that learning to occur in a job embedded situation. Um, School culture where struggle and collaboration go hand in hand. We're allowed to have problems. We're allowed to bring those problems to the table. We're transparent about them. And we understand that constant refinement is the norm. It's not a gotcha type of situation. So those cultures are driven by strong supportive leadership. And the elements that seem to continually come out when we talk to teachers, interview teachers, survey teachers in these various projects is they're looking for leaders who allow them to step in and out of leadership roles and further their own professional growth. They also want leaders who support their own agency, the agency of the teacher, and they engage the faculty in professional discussions to find solutions to those difficult issues. And finally, when teachers are recognized for their expertise, it is celebrated, it is encouraged. So, for example, if you have a teacher presenting at an international conference, you're excited about that. Maybe it's going on your school's social media. Maybe you're offering to pay some of those expenses. But that professional growth is critical and celebrated. The other piece is this idea of professional kinship. And this is kind of a new idea. It's a relationship with teachers that goes beyond just, hey, we're teaching fourth grade together. Or it's a deep, almost familial relationship. And it's used to develop their professional capital. Now, what happens is we try to create these relationships. Oh, both of these teachers are teaching the same grade, so obviously they're going to be partners. Well, if they don't click and if we don't work to build strong relationships, expert teachers and those who pursue expertise are going to go outside and they're going to build these relationships with people outside of the school, which is fine. Or they're going to build it with people within the school that might not be the ones the principal set them up with, right? Or the school leader. Because expert teachers crave this constant learning and they want to talk with people who are highly motivated, highly intelligent about teaching. They want to talk about their students' needs because they're really grounded in their own relationship. They want optimal professional relationships. They want this professional kinship. And one of the situations that might happen is when a novice teacher comes in, these experts have already got their little group and they're not necessarily enamored with the idea of working with novices, particularly if it takes them away from their own classroom. So, strong leaders are going to find ways to develop these relationships where these expert teachers are working with the novice teachers and developing that type of relationship. So, some of the practices that we're currently studying is individual and collective reflective practices, how teachers reflect about their lessons, how they engage in professional learning communities, and how learning communities work in schools and how they don't. We're also very interested in lesson study. Dr. Adams does a lot of work with lesson study and how that develops expertise. And then Dr. Barber works with practitioner inquiry as defined by Dana 2013 as a offshoot of Cochrane, Smith, and Little. So these four pieces are kind of the center of some of the practical pieces that we study. And it's very interesting that there's a lot of overlap here, right? Like you can have a lesson study and that can become part of a PLC. People who are use practitioner inquiry are definitely doing some individual reflection, possibly some collective reflection. But we also know that these are specific strategies that can be taught and can be implemented into schools to encourage the development of expertise. So our current efforts are this Voices from the Field, our recruit, retain, and reach expertise. We are looking for groups, schools, teachers, other researchers who want to work with us. Our goal is to continue to survey and to interview teachers. This is a fairly new project. We're starting a podcast from it to share some of our research. The other project we have going is this decisional capital project. Dr. Jeff Walls and I have developed a survey that measures decisional capital and the development of it. We currently are working with 26 school districts in a state of Arkansas and the United States, but we're looking for other sites. We're interested in sites across the United States, but also international sites, because we know decisional capital happens hopefully in all classrooms. So if you're interested in working with us, we would love to talk to you and share some of our work. In conclusion, revisiting and reimagining, revitalizing teaching is a tremendous calling, but it's critical to our students. We need teachers in every classroom who understand the global expectations, who are helping students to become learners and thinkers. We also need these teachers to remain. So when we invest in them, they stay in our profession, and as corny as it may sound, make our world a better place. So if you're interested in working with us on any of our projects, please let us know. Thank you so much. My contact information is Amanda Shuford Mayeaux. I'm at the University of Louisiana Lafayette. This is my email, my Twitter, and I am on Instagram. Thank you so much.